Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 1 of Wax Pro UNCUT. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Erica.
And today we have a very special guest, Miss Loren Varden. Loren, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back, actually.
Welcome back.
Yes.
She was in our first season ever, and it's been now 3 more seasons since then.
Weren't you our first guest, first episode
Yeah,
ever? You
she
were
was.
Season 1, Episode 1.
That's right.
Yes, I was. I'm honored.
Thanks for coming back.
Of course.
So we want to find out what's going on with you. What have you been doing since we talked to you last?
Oh, I feel like, are we allowed to cuss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like the answer would be like same shit, different day, but a lot of time has passed and I feel like a lot of growth has happened over, when was that? Like
2 years
2
ago?
years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that flew by.
Was it really 2 years ago?
Yeah. How long have you been in your house?
A year and some change. So like a year and a half.
So it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was like 6 months before you moved.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Time flies when you're stressed, huh?
Well, you recently had a big life change.
I did. I got married.
Congratulations. So
Thanks.
she's no longer Loren Varden. She's Loren Colletti.
Yeah, that's Loren Colletti.
That's a
to you
Mrs.
guys
to
now.
you.
Yeah, that's
Mrs.
Mrs.
Colletti.
to you.
Did you legally change your name?
I'm in the process as
How's
we
it
speak.
going?
It's a long process, which everyone said that, and I was like, oh, y'all just complain too much. But there's a lot of paperwork.
Well, let me make a recommendation, if I may. Keep it that way. The divorce part is really hard. So undoing everything you do. So make it work, girl.
That sounds like she's
Don't
setting
put
you
that
up
on
for
me,
success.
girl.
No,
Okay.
I say make it work. Let that
Oh,
be
I
your
will.
incentive.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to change my name, so I'm letting that energy kind of keep me pushing through each
step.
step.
Yeah, Coletti's a sexy last name.
It's way cooler than the old one.
Varden.
Sorry, Dad.
Well,
He's probably not going to listen to this anyways.
that's okay. So what has changed with Stripped since we saw you last? Has your team been growing? What's going on there?
I feel like from the outside looking in, it doesn't really look like a lot's changed except for like the decor in our front lobby. We've had a solid team that I've been rocking with for the last year and a half. Actually, I would say 2 because our last big hire was Elena and she just had her 2-year Stripped anniversary last week. So, but that was really because I think a lot has changed within me personally and like my mindset and just the shift I've had as a leader. And I really wanted to figure out get my priorities in order before I decided to grow the team because like I said, a lot has shifted there. So, yeah, I feel like internally.
Things are happening behind the scenes.
Yes.
So you're talking about building a team, and that's a great segue because, our first season with you, our first episode with you, we talked about leaving the corporate world and like the transition to going solo. But today we want to talk more about building a team, building a brand, what that takes. So
Juicy.
yeah.
Okay.
So we heard about your build out in that episode. And so the journey to that point.
Yeah.
So since you've opened doors, what's growth look like internally?
So I think for me as a leader, I've really tried to just work on consistency, accountability, systems and processes, because I feel like those things are ever changing. I thought I already had those dialed in year 1, but then with each new hire, fire, even just client experiences, you learn new things and you find new ways that you need to either protect yourself or set things up to
Run better.
yeah, and like hold that accountability. So I feel like can you repeat the question?
Well, no, I guess more what we can talk about first before that is tell us about your team. Like who's on your team? So you are still in the suite, right? You're still taking clients personally.
I still wax 1 day a week.
Okay.
And then I have 2 designated brow artists and wax specialist, 1 designated just wax specialist, and then I have a receptionist that's going through SE school right now, so she'll start training to be a waxer in January.
That's awesome.
How do you define the difference between a brow specialist and a wax specialist?
So brows are a big thing for us at Stripped. We do, I would say our body waxing and our brow services are pretty 50-50, but we take them very seriously. I think we have people that come far just to get their brows done with us. So all of our girls go through what I like to call a rigorous brow, boot camp. And it isn't even that the girls that aren't designated brow artists couldn't hack it or couldn't handle it. They're still talented. I put them through the same training. It's their passion. They simply just didn't want to be. And I can respect that. I've been places where I was forced to do things I didn't want to do. And again, kind of going back, looking the last year, I've really tried to, I don't know what the right word would be, personalize each of their experiences and paying really close attention to where they thrive.
Their strengths.
Their strengths, exactly. And then letting them soar in those ways, because I think we're all going to be more successful for it. So that's been more of a recent change.
So do your wax specialists not do brows? Like if I call and book a brow, am I getting booked with a specific brow specialist?
Yes.
And then the wax specialists do body waxing?
Yes.
Okay. But the brow specialist, so you wouldn't ever book my Brazilian with the brow specialist. It's literally like in the hairstyle world, like you either cut or you color. Like, those certain stylists that would do one or the other. Yeah. Is it like that?
It's
but for waxing?
Not yet, only because I'll be honest, this is a newer thing for us. Because in the beginning, everyone did everything.
Right.
But like I said, as we're kind of learning the strengths and whatnot, it's been recent. So as we expand next year in our team, it'll also be the first time where we have to start to, how do I word that? We have 3 rooms and we have 3 chairs. So right now it's worked out perfectly because I never have more than 3 girls on at a time.
Okay.
But the next person that we hire is going to kind of break that dynamic. So they will need to be more specialized for everything to flow on like a normal day basis. So I do think that when I hire next year, it'll be something that's specific to one of those services.
Yeah. Well, I want to know more about your rigorous brow training. What does this entail?
I'm just picky.
So like they'll do in their training, do you train them personally? I'm assuming yes.
So myself and then our lead brow artist, Aubrey.
Okay.
She actually does a good amount of the training because she's just insanely passionate about brows. Whereas like I love brows and I'm lucky enough to be talented at them, but it's not my passion. So her and I actually put together about 2 years ago now what we thought at the time would be maybe a course that we would sell. And we put together a brow Bible that is thick, full of every, color theory, shaping, lamination, the difference in the sciences of the products. Like we really went to the nitty gritty to explain like what's going on when you're doing a brow tint and a brow lamination, because it's not just can you shape a brow? Like in my opinion, there's a lot more to it. So when we started diving into like the course aspect of it, we kind of learned like, okay, maybe this avenue is not for us, but we still created something really good here.
Totally.
So we do use that in house.
Right.
We put all of our team members through what would have been that training. And then we watch, they're expected to do, X amount of models to my standard before they're allowed to go off and do them to the real world. Then within that, we do have a tiered brow system. So we have a junior artist, a senior artist. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So from the outside looking in, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel that you guys at Strip have really good culture. So tell us about the culture there and how you've built it.
The culture is a huge part of Stripped for me. That was something from the very beginning that I wanted to make prominent within building it. But I think coming from somewhere that completely lacked any bit of culture, it always just confused me why there wasn't. Okay, hold on. How do I want to word that? Can we start over?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we could just start with you answering the question.
Okay, cool. The culture for me was a huge aspect from the very beginning, just because I had come from places that completely lacked, and I never really understood why, because a culture and taking care of your team to me is the backbone, in 100%. My opinion. Without a team, I don't have a business. So I really wanted to build something that felt good from within with my team members, but something that radiated outwards, because I go back to we all work together in that lovely environment, and I remember clients coming in and they could feel the energy when it was negative. So I just really wanted to take that script and flip it.
Strip it and flip it.
Flip it, retumble it, whatever.
I think that you've been very successful in that. Like from the outside looking in, your business looks like a very fun place to work at. So whatever you're doing
think
is
it is.
working.
I wanted it to be fun.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to have fun. And if they're not, then I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And I can't have fun if they're miserable, you know?
You're a fun
So-
girl. So
Fun gal. But what are things that you do? Like, you know, if follow you and I see everything that you post, but like you guys have after hours girl time, these things that you host, the Summer I Turned Pretty watch party. You guys did like, you do lots of fun stuff with your team that I think goes into building of the culture, right?
Yeah, I do.
And your flower, like your floral arrangement stuff and...
Yeah, I think part of it is it's almost started out as just wanting to be different than everywhere else and putting a lot of my own personality into it because, not to toot my horn, like you said it, I am fun. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I really don't take life too seriously. The only thing that we take serious is the client experience. And so as long as my girls are doing that, then we can have fun. I don't have to micromanage. I set the expectations from the very beginning when they're being hired. Like these are the no's, these are the yeses. Like if you're doing your job, we're going to have a good time here. And I think, yeah, we do team outings. We try to do them like once a quarter at least. And then the watch parties, it's kind of like things like that really started to develop for my want to involve the community more and like build like a community within our Phoenix community. And obviously my team members are going to be a part of that and they enjoy it, which makes me really happy. Like that watch party, side note, 3 of my girls that came had never even watched the show, but they wanted to come on their day off just to be with us.
there.
And
Did
like
you have
hang
clients
out.
come too?
Yeah.
Oh, it was okay. It was a bunch of people.
It was clients and then my team.
That's
and
so
it was just-
fun.
yeah.
Well,
And
it's an
then-
inspiration as someone who owns a salon personally, and you know we're kind of reframing our team as it sits now, and kind of revamping our social media and thinking about things moving forward. And we'll talk about Stripmas in a bit, but the things that you've kind of implemented with your team, it's totally inspiring to like, how do we get people together that's more than just a team meeting or going to happy hour, which we all love. But I think the
Totally.
more creative, you know, outlets are fun to see.
Yeah. And the other thing that I feel proud of, and I know that they do notice, is I include them in a lot.
Like the decision making? Or what do you mean?
Kind of. Well, we do team meetings regularly. And whether it's, you know, we're trying a new product, we want to look at a service we're offering, I get their insight. What are they liking? What are they seeing? What do they want to try? Even down to, I sit down with each one of them every quarter and I ask them, what are you liking right now? Is there anything more you want to do? Like in paying attention to their strengths, had also pointed things out where I think that they could grow and gave them each new, goals, tasks, but things that
Like
really,
challenges?
that highlighted their strengths. And I really think that helped add to it too. They know that they can grow with Stripped. There's opportunity with Stripped and it's fun and they make great money. So like,
Yeah, I think what you're working on is genius because it's retention. Culture is retention, not just from the employee standpoint, but also from the customer standpoint. People want to identify with the brand. They want to say, oh, I love those girls. They're like me. Or I love how it looks in there. It's fun, right? They want to be able to identify. So if you have high turnover in your salon or maybe your personal practice, look at the culture. What kind of experience are you creating for your employees if you have them or your clients, right? But one of the uglier sides of culture that people don't talk about is the firing, like what it takes, that trial and error. So what do you think your hire to retention rate is? Like how many girls do you hire and how many last? And how long do they work for you on average?
so I will preface in saying I somehow have gotten extremely lucky. Okay.
Well, how long has Stripped been open?
So we've been in our storefront for, oh my gosh, it'll be 4 years in May. So
Okay.
3.5 years. When I was in my studio, I hired Aubrey. So I've had her. She'll be with me for 5 years in May.
Oh, wow.
And so she's my longest team member. And then when I opened, I had that mindset of like, I need to fill all these rooms and chairs. So I kind of overhired and out of like desperation. So I didn't really even have a standard of what my employees should be following or, you know, I didn't have an employee handbook. There was nothing set up. It was just like, you have a license, you can wax.
I got a job for you.
Yeah.
Right, you
And
hadn't set the bar yet.
no. And that bit me in the ass. It only took probably 2 or 3 months for those flaws to really shine through, unfortunately. We all have them. Obviously, mine were in highlight too. But luckily, they kind of weeded themselves out.
Yeah.
And
how many did you start with? Like when you said you hired a bunch?
I had 2 part-time receptionists, and then I had myself and 3 other waxers. So 4 waxers and then 2 receptionists, which obviously didn't fill all the chairs, but to go from 1 to 5 was a jump for me with no like systems or anything in place. So I had my one receptionist. It was mutual. She had a lot going on in her life. So we were like, hey, go handle life. Easy, quote unquote, fire, if you will. Another girl, I don't know how like detailed I should or could get. One girl let her license lapse.
Okay.
So legally.
Yeah, you're like, this
So
is
that was
a no-brainer.
black and white.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. My hands are tied.
Yeah. And then another one, it was a mutual. She lived far. It was just a lot going on. But she still comes and supports all of our events. She was actually just at our watch party. Yeah. So ended on really good terms. Yeah, not at all. And then after that, who was after that? Oh, and then Sydney came along. So I went and spoke at Penrose Academy and I was speaking on the alumni panel and she was there and she marched right up to me after the panel. As a student. She marched right up to me and she was like, I want to work at Stripped. And I was like, okay, let's talk when you graduate. And she kept in touch with me every single month. I have this many hours left. I have this many hours left.
Persistence.
She was persistent. And then I could tell she wanted it. I loved her energy. Because here's the thing, too. When it comes to keeping the culture alive, obviously there's so much of me that I put into my culture. But I can see that in other people because you can't train personality. You can train technique. I don't care if somebody is like an award-winning waxer. If you walk into my studio with an ego the size of Texas and an attitude, it's still a no for me. It's
not a good fit.
No,
and we've spoken about this on a previous podcast, exactly that, of like the integrity in your culture is everything, right? So that's huge.
Totally. So I interviewed her, already knew I loved her, hired her. She just celebrated 3 years with me a week ago as well.
Go Sydney.
And then, go Sydney. She's great. And then after about a year, then it was Elena. She's the one that just celebrated 2 years with me. And then, we're gearing up to hire another. Andrea is our part-time receptionist. She's the one that'll transfer into the waxing.
So how does it go only having one part-time receptionist? Are you behind the desk a lot, or is it just a lot of like you get back to people? We technically don't have a receptionist at Boss Salon, so like I know how that goes if it's just like the phones ring and then you answer voicemails and kind of that's just the behind the scenes of it. Yeah,
pretty much. I've tried to have things set up as much as I can for people virtually, online, easy to text, all those things, but we just get them back.
Long-term, I mean, a long-term goal is that one that you would have a receptionist behind the desk all the time. Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that first impression, smiling face. I do think it's important. I just kind of feel like right now we've been able to get away without one.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I do want to have one, So my goal is once Andrea is trained in waxing that I will then be looking for a more permanent full-time receptionist. Yeah.
So I'm curious, like now that you've been running your store, you've had several team members. What's the most surprising thing about management?
Or managing people, right?
Or managing people, yeah.
I feel stupid when I say this because I should have known. I was so delulu going into it. I'm like, woo, people, let's do this. But like how much responsibility comes with that? I mean, you're responsible for these people's livelihoods and you're not just a boss. You have to be a leader and there's a difference. So really, it surprised me how much it forced me to get my shit together and organize and stop procrastinating and really have things a lot more streamlined for their success. So I would say all those little things did surprise me. Yeah.
What was the biggest shift between like being a waxer, and even when you had Aubrey, right? Because you were waxing pretty full time, full book at least, to now leader. What's the biggest change?
I would say the biggest change really is the mindset. I feel like I've said that so many times, and I don't mean to keep repeating myself, but it forced me to like grow up. I thought I was already grown up because I was like 30 something, but it highlighted the areas that I was not organized, or, you know, this ADHD brain just really had to figure.
It's like looking in a magnifying glass, right?
My
at
gosh.
yourself. And you're like, oh God, okay.
Well, yeah, because I would find that again, I love my team and they rarely irritate me. But in the off chance that there was something that I just was like, I twitch, like, what the heck? I would stop and I'm like, okay, well, did I set them up for success in this area? Or like giving them goals and maybe the goals didn't get met. Well, did I follow up and hold them accountable? No. So why am I going to sit here and act surprised?
Right.
You know? So I think, yeah. Did that answer your question?
I think so.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say I'm proud of you. I've seen you grow a lot. I mean, God, we've known each other for a long time, but obviously at some point our dynamic was, you know, I was store manager and you were a waxer. So just seeing that growth in you and just how you conduct yourself, how you've learned what you're saying right now, it's just to me a big warm heart. So
thanks.
Proud of you.
Yeah, it's funny because each step of my journey has never been like, I envisioned this. It's kind of been, oh shit, okay,
It just happens kind of.
Yeah. And when people ask like, what's the future? I don't know.
So cross that question off the end.
Yeah. What's the future look like? IDK.
Well, it's just changed.
It's always
evolving.
Yeah.
That's right.
And when I first opened the storefront and, you know, things were good for that first year, I'm like, oh, well, I want to open 4 more.
Right. More storefronts.
Yeah. Now I'm like,
No. Let's just make this one like rock solid.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think goal setting is super important, like having that ambition, something to work toward. However, when I've set like granular plans, I feel like it's limiting, honestly, because then you just get stuck on like, what if you would have got stuck on multi-unit, right? You probably would not have the culture or the team you have right now inside of your one.
Yeah.
So it's just keeping your mind open to the possibility. And I think that's the spirit of an entrepreneur, truly, is keeping that open heart.
Yeah, because what I want personally has changed. So that just domino effects into how I'm running and building my business.
So talk to us about the balance between working on the business and working in the business. So you said you're only behind the chair in your suite 1 day a week now. That probably wasn't the case forever. You had to make that decision to like not take clients certain days and kind of delegate.
Yes.
So how did that kind of evolution happen? And what does your week look like? How many days are you in your suite? Or in your salon space?
Yeah. So with each hire, I allowed myself less time in the treatment room because one, it gave them more opportunity to take clients and fill those shifts, if you will. And it was hard. My clients, obviously I have the ride or dies that are with stripped through and through. But as you guys probably know too, that there are those people that are like, well, I still only want to see you. So if you tell them like, hey, I'm only in 1 day a week, they think that you're just like twiddling your thumbs the other 5 days a week and just like.
Well, like if you're here, you can wax me though. And you're like, no.
And I used to. So I would have those clients that would just, you know, keep pushing and pushing. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm here working, so it's fine. I'll just like stop what I'm doing to wax you. But I would find that my brain didn't work that way. Like I couldn't be working on something and then stop and shift into waxer mode and then go back and shift. Like it was done for.
It's very inefficient.
Yes. And it was honestly not very efficient to be working at the studio. So to answer your question, like what my week looks like now, I do work a lot less. I mean, I work, but I usually will find a coffee shop.
Not in the storefront.
Yes, because we do all get along so well that we yap to the 9th degree and I'm still getting nothing done because we're just like, tee hee hee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks. Like,
That's
yep.
so hard. You
Yeah.
like go to get all this stuff done and you're like, I accomplished 0 tasks
Yeah.
today. That's great. But I had a blast. We're all
Yeah,
caught up on
such
Love
a
is
good day.
Blind.
Couldn't tell you what I did,
I
but
know.
we had fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, but tell me quickly about the taking a step back to allow your team to have more shifts and clients. When did you start telling your clients? Like, you would hire someone, like, how did you, not firing them, but how did you start reassigning them? And who do you decide you'll still see? Or are they the people that are truly the most flexible that are like, I will come on your 1 day a week, and everyone else kind of too bad, so sad?
It was kind of the flexible ones that were willing to see the other girls on the other days.
Okay.
I feel like my book of clients is the ones that are like, okay, I'm going to figure out a way to make that day and time work because I don't want to see somebody else on those days. I do think, having just gone on my honeymoon and my wedding, and also, was it last year? I had a surgery and I was out for like a month. And I feel like those little, little
Breaks.
absences force them to just try it, because they like need to get in or whatever. So I think that those experiences, and then also the people that are flexible, have kind of forced them, and they've learned like, oh, weird, she trained them to do it just like she does it.
They're a
what
great waxer.
thought. Yeah. Like, oh,
don't
wow,
say.
she does hire quality people.
So will there come a time where you're not taking clients any longer, or do you think you'll always work 1 day?
I don't know. I think on the days where I feel like I have a lot to do and I have to stop to like have a waxing day, I get a little frustrated and think like, because sometimes I'm waxing them, but my brain is still like, oh shoot, I need to make sure I like send this email to this person. So I think eventually there will be a day where I'm not in the treatment room, but that day is not anytime
Not
like
time
super soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that because I have, all of my clients watching us build Wax Pro, and there's this panic starting to happen of like, you're going to stop waxing, aren't you? Like, at what point are you not going to be in your suite anymore? And I'm like, it's not this day, but I've had to think like, will there be a day? Like, would I like to scale back and like probably delegate a couple of days to Wax Pro specifically, but like it would be very beneficial for both of us to have like true days delegated to just Wax Pro and then true days delegated to just waxing. Because right now I'm doing what you said. Like, I work on my computer and then I take a client and then I work on my computer and then we meet, and it's chaotic. It's not efficient. It's super hard to switch your brain on and off. And so I'm taking notes here of like what you're saying. And I've had clients say like, will you step away eventually? Like, if Wax Pro truly like takes off and you're not taking clients. And I'm like, I don't know. Same answer. I'm not sure that
I think I'd like to keep 1 day a week like you, Loren. I already try to do that as is because I do have a very full-time, business coaching job on top of Wax Pro, which is also a very full-time job now.
Yes, it is.
So I resonate with that, but the reverse, like I am mostly doing business coaching and then taking breaks. Like randomly, I'll have a client in the middle of the day and then getting right back on camera and having to be on and off and on and off to the point where sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm like, how can I do this on off all day? And then immediately when I have the opportunity, I'm talking with Rachael, we're catching up, we're sending emails, texts all day. So I love to have the day designated to like turn my brain on to my clients. And that's a completely different mind frame, I feel like.
Completely.
When you're chilling, music versus
being social,
focus.
chatty.
Totally.
Yeah. It's so hard too when like you finally feel like you're building steam and being productive on like a task you've put off forever, or it's like, I don't want to edit this, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna edit this, and then you get rolling and it's like, oh, I have a 12:15.
Yeah.
I have to stop. You're like, I was just building momentum. Like, it's so hard to do that. So
well, and I've had clients that, must be nice, you're only here 1 day a week, and obviously in my brain I get a little defensive. I don't say anything, but I did have one client once that I remember where she worked, but I was like, okay, you guys have like a social media manager, you have a store manager, you have someone that does your marketing, you have
a payroll girl,
you have someone, you have an accountant and a payroll and a bookkeeper, you have an inventory person, you have someone for all
everything.
these things.
Right.
You're like,
I'm that someone.
Right.
So like, when do you expect me to do all these things and have a successful business?
Absolutely.
you can't. There's no way.
No.
Yeah.
And it is a tricky transition for sure.
Yeah, I completely understand and resonate with that as well. But I'm curious too, like, okay, when you first started off, you probably defined success as opening the storefront, right? Like you're like, I'm my own boss, but that's had to have changed with evolution of, who you are.
Yeah.
So what does success mean to you now?
My time, without a doubt. Like
Yeah.
time is money to me. A happy team that's also successful is a huge win for me. Honestly, even more than the time, because I wouldn't even have time if I didn't have them. But, when I'm running payroll and I'm seeing how much I'm paying them, instead of being like, damn, that's a lot in payroll this month, I'm like, damn, you guys are making some money. And if that's happening for them, then obviously it's happening for the business too. So that's a huge win for me.
Absolutely.
But then because of that, I have time. And, do I want to be a millionaire one day? Of course. But in the meantime, I have the opportunity and the, I guess, ability to go live my life or go work at a coffee shop if I want to. Or, it's not that I'm not working, but I have a lot of flexibility. And that to me is successful.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if it's in aligns with the life I want outside of Stripped.
Absolutely. I do business coaching. I keep saying that, but I need to clarify because I don't know that people realize we've got other stuff going on too. But with that, there's owners that I coach that tell me, oh my God, payroll. But your mindset about it is like truly like the entrepreneur mindset that you need to have. You cannot be greedy or upset that your business, what you built, is actually producing that kind of revenue. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's the win. And ultimately, if you are paying that much in payroll, your employees make it back for you. Right. So it's not just like I get zero.
Right.
If that's the case, call me. I could help you. But
You need to call her.
right. So what we actually just did a 5-part series with a brand, and they asked us to speak more on the business side of aesthetics than, just the typical, here's how to hold a wax stick and apply a strip. And I love that they're taking that approach. But one of the things that they asked us to kind of share and talk about is the evolution of the industry. And so I think that'd be a really good thing to talk with you about because we all started in the industry about the same time. More than 15 years ago, but less than 20. So
Yeah.
what do you think's changed the most about the industry since we started?
Oh my, a lot. I mean, the products have changed, the people have changed, the experiences have changed for clients, I feel like. I think this was one of them that I didn't know how I was going to answer
That's
it.
okay.
We could cut that part. Just get your thoughts together.
Can you guys give me something to bounce off of?
Yeah.
Because I'm so I'm so in Stripped that I don't.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know what's
yeah.
happening.
What
in the
is happening in the industry? Tell me.
I'll fix it right here.
Okay.
No, I totally know what you mean. Like everything's basically changed, but I think one of the biggest evolutions I've seen in the aesthetics industry is like the whole influencer social media aspect. So like for you, how involved are you with those things? Or, is that something that you get approached with as Strip does have a pretty good account? I think, 6,000 followers or so?
We're bobbing close to 6. Yeah.
Right. So you have a strong account, strong presence. Do you get hit up for influencer deals, brand deals? Because I think that's one of the biggest evolutions I've personally seen in the industry.
Yes. I've not as much as I don't even want to say not as much as I wish because I don't wish.
Yeah.
Social media, unpopular opinion, I hate social media. And I always have. I post twice a year on my personal account, and I force myself to show up on social media because it's necessary and it does help build your business. But I actually feel like I don't get as many opportunities because I have a smaller page. I'm proud of my almost 6,000 followers, but there are people in our industry that have tens and hundreds, whatever. And some of them are I have personal friends that are killing it on social media, and the amount of opportunities they get is awesome. And I think it's honestly funny sometimes because I have the knowledge, I have the experience, I have a thriving studio that's crushing it. But because I don't have, X amount of followers on Instagram, I'm probably not, the go-to for and I'm not consistent with my content either. So
Yeah.
We feel that deeply, that answer deeply. As two people that are growing our social media and the presence is there. I mean, there are days where we love it and there are days when I want to light it. We both want to light it on fire.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. I get that for sure. I think also aside from the influencer and the brand deals or whatever that looks like, just the shift in our industry of like the skincare and what's being shown on social media and non-licensed professionals recommending things that go viral, the trends that go viral, the at-home waxing that goes viral.
Right.
There's a lot of that too, which we didn't ever dream we would be dealing with. I mean, or at least I didn't at the beginning of my career. I feel like that's all over the place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I am, again, I'm going to sound like such a negative Nancy.
No,
you won't.
Beat you.
I also am someone that like eye roll at an influencer. I don't care. Like I don't celebritize people for their Instagram account following. Like
Same.
obviously they had to work hard to get there, and I'm someone that I will always give credit where credit is due.
But also, we've talked about this many a times. There's so many accounts with fake followers.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. And that's why I think that a follower count ain't really shit.
Yeah, we say all the time, followers don't equal dollars.
No, they don't. So, because again, I still have a very successful business without the Instagram followers. So
Yeah.
I think that so many people focus on that, especially like younger, newer estheticians. I'm not saying don't have an Instagram. You should. It's free marketing. Take advantage of that. But make sure first that you have a killer client experience and a book of people that are wanting to return, and then focus on,
your grid.
Yeah.
Your
Or
posts. Yeah.
becoming an influencer if that's what you choose.
Yeah.
I
It
just
literally
don't choose that.
shifted. It totally shifted. Like from the time you even start a strip to now. Like
Oh, yeah.
all the girls at the beauty schools are like working on their social media pages. Their teachers are telling them, work on your social media page. You don't even have clients yet.
Right. Now, if you're someone that doesn't want to be behind the chair and you want to make you want to make your money online, then ignore everything I just said.
Become a marketer.
Right. Like, but that's a different career. You didn't need to go to cosmetology school for that. Go to marketing school and like beauty products,
Yeah.
I think that that's probably the shift I've noticed the most is that line of like, okay, are you trying to build your clientele and have like a great, successful in-person service providing business?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be an influencer and make money online?
Totally. And that's something that I think we had to really like grasp, Rachael and I, with Wax Pro. It's like Wax Pro is not a brick and mortar. Wax Pro is not taking new clients, right? We had to literally approach it from a digital standpoint only, which for me in particular is like mind blowing, right? I need a brick and mortar. I'm like, come see me, feel my vibes.
Yes.
I'm gonna sell you some shit. Rachel's gonna wax that ass, right? To now it's like what you said about like we have the knowledge.
Yeah.
We didn't have the platform though. Like we had nothing to show for like, no, really, we've been doing this forever. Like
Yeah.
we know what we're talking
trust
about.
us, I swear.
Yeah. So that's
promise.
why we were like so focused on building the brand online is we have to teach people that we do know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, they have to learn our personalities because they can't come to Wax Pro to get waxed by us, right?
Right.
Whereas they could go to Strip and meet you and have that relationship. So different approaches. So if you're a follower of Wax Pro and you're like, oh, I need to be posting like them that often. Yes, if you're going to be running an online business mainly. But if you're a brick and mortar, it's going to be a different strategy. You're not going to be posting education tips. You're not going to be posting, just like how to build a business advice. You're going to be posting more client forward posts, right? So yeah, just know what your intention is with your social media.
Right. Like who's your audience? So if your goal is to one day, like sell courses online, then post educational business tips. But if you're trying to attract clientele,
Right.
I think sometimes that's where it's a weird line to maneuver, because like Strip's page does have a lot of esthetician followers, but that's not going to be Strip's page's
Audience. You don't build the
it's
content
for the client.
them.
It's for the business. And it is kind of weird to try to navigate.
No, I think that's a good nugget right there. And not that it's rocket science, like people watching this, they're probably going, yeah, no duh, but look at your social media. Who are you calling to? What's your audience? Is it your book of business and your clientele? Or are you trying to get clout online? Because those are two different things. And the clout online is not going to help your brick and mortar unless they're hyper local people that may come to your location. Right. But someone in New Jersey liking my stuff is not going to help me build a brick and mortar. Right. Yeah. So I feel like it always gets back to social because it's just super relevant. Right. It's like what it is now. But let's talk about like waxers today. What do they need to hear?
A lot.
Top 2 or 3 things where you're like, listen up. This is what you got to do to be successful.
Patience, which obviously I feel like patience and hard work, I want to wrap that into one because again, with social media, people make it look like you grow a full book of business and you're crushing it after 2, 3, 5 months. That's just not how it is.
No.
Maybe it is for some, but I bet I could fill my books if I worked 2 4-hour shifts a week too. Like if you are really trying to make this your full-time gig with a full book of clients, just be patient. Don't throw in the towel. Don't decide, screw this, I'm going to write a course and make passive income instead. Like just
do the work. What was the Kim K quote? Get your ass up and work. Remember
get
that
your
moment?
ass up and work. Don't love her, but love that saying.
Yeah, remember what was that, like 2 years ago that went viral?
Yeah. So like on one of the podcasts you guys posted recently, you're actually talking about that, I think, and how like
the hustle
culture.
Yeah.
There's a reason. I mean, I was part of that. The first few years of my business, I did have to hustle, and that's why I'm where I'm at now. Do I like hustle culture? No. Not at all.
Oh,
and
damn,
now
I do.
But but there's balance now.
Testosterone.
Yeah. There's balance where there wasn't before.
Yeah.
I think that's where we are in the industry, and a lot of women similar to us. It was like we had to work really, really, really hard to be able to work less hard and realize how to balance our lives and our marriages and our children in the the natural evolution of where our lives are going.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not sustainable long term to work that hard.
It's
and
not,
that hard.
but also it's not reasonable to believe that you're new to the game, regardless of the age, and you want that balance right away. Like,
Right. You have to work really
it
hard
does
for the
take time.
balance.
It does take patience. You have to put in the work, put in the time.
Be available.
You damn
Availability,
right.
Yeah.
Any hours. Like when I first started, my clients would text me, "Oh, can I come in tonight at 8 p.m.?"
You're like,
I'm staying.
Yep.
I'm staying. I'm doing it. Now it's like, hey, I have this time. That's it. Because I have worked my ass off to get to a place where I have that balance, as has Rachel, as have you, right?
Yeah.
So, patience is great. Anything else you think the new waxers need to hear?
I think that, and I think I already said this, but client experience over everything. I mean, if you can be if you can be memorable to a client, they're so much more likely to come back to you. I mean, I always use this metaphor with my girls. Say you go to a restaurant, you get the worst service imaginable, like the worst service you've ever had, but the burger's great. You're probably still not going to go back because it was a shitty time. But let's say you go somewhere, they go above and beyond, you have the best experience ever, you're happy, but maybe the food's like, you're probably going to go back and try it again. Maybe you're just going to get something different on the menu,
100%.
you know? And I feel like that kind of can correlate into what we do. Like, obviously, I tell my girls, do a really good damn job.
Sure the burger's good
yeah. The burger better be perfect. But, like from the moment they walk in the door, what does your space smell like? What does it look like? Are they being greeted? How's the energy? How's the attitude? How is even down to when they're booking? Like, was there an ease to the booking system? Are you available when they need you?
Do you look the part?
Yes. Do you look the part? And like our girls don't wear scrubs. We aren't a scrub team. Well, they have scrubs, but I let them kind of dress freely within parameters, obviously. But they're expected to still look presentable and look the part. But yes, do you look the part? Do you smell the part? Like,
yes, we talk about
all
that.
these things because
Yeah,
clients
absolutely.
notice that. And then again, do a really good damn job. Educate them. What else am I missing?
I think that covers it. I think that that's really good advice. I think one of the hardest things that the last thing I kind of want to get your input on before we move on to, we have some rapid fire questions for you, but we've recently been at a bunch of industry events for the schools. Penrose, Studio Academy of Beauty, la la la. And the biggest thing that I feel stumped about, and in real time don't feel like I'm giving these girls the best answer, when they come up and they're like, I just graduated, or there's girls at these industry events that graduated 6 months ago and they're coming to meet and make connections, whatever. And they're like, I can't get hired anywhere. Like, I've applied all these places, European Wax Center won't even hire me. What do I do? And I sat there kind of like, I don't even really know. I said the same, be patient, continue to apply. Your time will come. If you can mentor someone under someone, look at room share situations. Don't go get a studio space on your own right away. But just how to encourage the girls of the industry now that are graduating and they feel like that they can't get a job anywhere. What advice do you have, if any, for them?
Well, what are you willing to do? Because no, I'm serious.
No,
I know.
that's
You
super
know.
legit.
I know.
Yeah.
It just sounds funny.
I'm
right
going
off
to
the
tell
bat.
you, when I was at the end, when I went and spoke on a panel, one of the girls raised her hand, and this question wasn't even directed towards me. She asked one of the other girls on the panel, she really wanted to start working behind the chair and assisting, but they were going to force her to be a receptionist first, and she just didn't feel like she should have to do that.
And you're like, too bad, so sad. Be a
Essentially,
receptionist.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So if, like, I mean, Erica, you hired me as a receptionist at European Wax Center before I was a waxer.
Same.
I worked up in that role, so as soon as the waxer position became available, I swooped right in because I had already developed a rapport, a relationship. So don't be so...
Box yourself in.
Or
Yeah.
no, don't be too proud.
I was going to say ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill on the
Yeah.
ego and be okay and willing to work up into something.
Right. I think another good one is like retail, like go work at an Ulta, a Sephora, be in the industry somehow. Because like as a hiring manager, if I see beauty on there, I'm like, okay, she actually loves this industry, right? And to me, if you've already done like front desk, sales, membership, product stuff, like that's an easy hire. So I think that's super solid advice. And I also think that your resume probably needs some help if you're not getting calls. There's definitely, tools to revise your resume. There's no reason why you can't run it through ChatGPT and make it so that it's tailored to wherever you're trying to get hired. But yeah, that's super solid advice.
Yeah, let your personality shine through, Let stand out. That's another small tidbit.
Right.
Stand out.
Stand out.
Go shake hands.
Shake hands and kiss babies.
That's right.
All right. So to wrap this up, we're going to do a couple rapid fire questions. They're what I think easy.
Oh, it's probably going to be hard for me.
Well, we'll see. What's your biggest ick in the industry?
When waxers bash their clients online.
Oh,
Yes.
What is that? Why?
Yep.
These people pay your bills.
You're like, do they not follow you?
Right. That's always my thought. Like, they probably know this is about them.
Right.
How
Never mind us doing
awkward.
full podcast episodes telling our worst client stories. But that was different.
No, but I mean current clients and then like
No, right. Those are people that were
Or
absolutely.
or even if it's not like Susie came in and did this, if it's like when you have that client that does this, this, and this. If Susie's watching and she just did that,
She was like,
she's
oh,
gonna
no.
know that's about her.
Okay, next rapid fire question.
Okay.
Client red flag you absolutely do not tolerate.
Just blatant disrespect for my time, the way you speak to me or my team. It's honestly the time thing has been really irking me lately.
The no-show, late, cancellations,
Yeah,
last
like-
minute, all the above.
Well, and then it's followed with an attitude of like, well, what do you mean you can't take me with only 5 minutes left to my appointment time? Like, and getting sassy. Don't be sassy with me.
No.
I'm not going to reward
You're
you for,
late.
I'm not rewarding bad behavior
Yeah.
here.
Okay, what about one thing that you would tell baby Loren about the industry, where you're going in your career, anything?
Just keep going. don't worry so much.
Oh God,
It's
that
all
one.
going to work out.
Don't be so anxious.
Okay,
And
Bob
this is
Marley.
like literally so it's such
Don't
it really
worry.
is such a woo-woo answer, but like
Yeah.
I've learned the less I try to control the situations,
The better.
the more they work out for me.
Totally.
Yeah. We can all remember that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
What about an underrated wax skill?
Ooh, a good application. You wouldn't think that would be underrated, but sometimes I see these videos and my eye starts to switch at the
What?
application. I'm like, ooh, you put that on the internet.
And stood behind it, posted it, and looked
You
for likes.
did. You did that. Was that rage bait?
No,
'Cause it's
yeah,
working.
there's a lot of those. Okay, trend that you love and trend that you'd cancel.
I'm not trendy. I'm not really on social media that much, so I don't even know if this is still a trend, but please make bleached brows go away forever.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Is that still a trend? I don't know.
I don't know if it still is, but I know it was for a hot second, like just a few months back, and I agree.
Like, how are they not falling off their face?
They might. We
Well, so
only see
I
a
It
did-
looked crazy.
I did a TikTok video of like, if you're still doing the brow slit, please stop. Like, totally, like, just being funny, whatever. And I completely forgot Erica's roommate, Nick, who I adore, has the brow slit.
and I do it to him.
She does it. And so I make this whole video on our shared account, and she's like, you know, Nick has it. And I was mortified. Just like you said, like when people post like talking shit, and I was like, I know, but I wasn't talking about him. And it was like, oh, these trends.
His
these
is
trends.
tasteful, okay?
Yeah, it's so good, I'm sure, because you did it.
Yeah,
But the rest suck.
Yeah. What about a ride or die product?
You know, I feel like it's like old news at this point, but I've had fur oil on my
oil.
shelf the entire time I've had my business, and it has never let me down.
No,
or my
it's a good one.
clients.
Okay, and then what wax do you use in Sweet?
Right now we use Enso's Penny Hard Wax, and
Okay.
then we have the soft wax formulas in our brow bar.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
I love it. Well, really quickly before we kind of wrap up the episode,
Okay.
I just realized we never made mention that we're all perfectly matching.
Oh, unplanned.
If you're listening,
Unplanned.
we all have on black pants and a jean jacket. Erica arrived to my house wearing it, then Loren walked in wearing it, and then I, to be funny, went and put it on. So if you're not,
Do we look like millennials?
we look like this is like the millennial outfit. Well, we love having you back.
Thanks for
I mean,
having
we said
me.
earlier weren't going to ask the question, but where do you see Stripped in a year from now? What are our goals for Stripped?
I just really want, you know, I've been planting the seeds for a long time, and I really want it to just kind of create more roots, more depth. I'm really trying to involve myself more with just my community and just kind of be like the fun go-to spot in Northwest Phoenix.
I love that. We
Yeah.
love following along, watching the journey. What can we look out for Stripped? I want you to plug and talk about Stripmas, because also as a salon owner, and if anyone would like to follow Loren, we'll include all of her social handles. You should. But in terms of inspiration, this fun thing that you do for Christmas, and you do like a
Yes.
series of giveaways that you tie into community events. So tell the people about Stripmas.
So it gets a little crazy around
I
December
feel like every
for
year
us.
it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, right?
Yes.
So it's stripped miss, like a play on Christmas.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do 10 days of stripped miss first and foremost, which is obviously geared towards stripped. But it's
Not
10
strippers.
Stripping.
yeah, no,
It's for strippers only, actually.
that's us. We are the strippers. So it's 10 days of different giveaways, bundles, packages, promos that we do in-house. And we switch them up every year. We have a couple that are solid that our clients look forward to every year and that we know they're going to take advantage of. But we try to have some fun with that. And then on our 10th day, we do an event.
Okay.
And this year, so we always pick an organization locally to support. So we'll do raffles in-house that day. In the past, we did Ryan House. So if they
Love
brought
it.
toys that we would take, they were instantly given raffle tickets, whatnot. But this year, we are actually going to be supporting a different organization that will be held. I mean, I guess I could tell you we're supporting Sky Sanctuary Animal Rescue.
Oh, great.
Aw,
So we're going to
yay.
be doing an event actually at their location. So the event is called Self-Care for the Good.
Okay.
And we'll be doing a little puppies and Pilates there. And we're going to
gosh,
have some different vendors popped up around their location. We got some, coffee bar. We'll be there doing giveaways and raffles still. But yeah, I'm
I love
excited for
that.
this one.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
very
Well, please
cute.
include us in that. We would love to be there. Well, or we'll follow along and just show up.
Okay,
If you don't
perfect.
send an
Yes.
invite. Perfect.
I will.
Well, thanks for coming on again.
Thanks for having me.
a
I'm
pleasure.
so proud of you guys.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're proud of you too. So
Thanks.
that concludes season 4, episode 1 of Wax Pro Uncut. I'm Rachel,
And I'm Erica.
and we will see you next time.
I'm Lauren.
Oh yeah, thanks, Lauren.